Hello, my name is Frank Connolly. I would like to express my sympathy for your loss. I know from the loss of my father and sister how difficult this time can be. I am a funeral director, and like your family funeral director, have dedicated my professional career to learning how best to help people cope with their loss. The title of this video is A Life to Remember, because families find it helpful to focus on the memories of this special person's life rather than on the circumstances surrounding the death. Your funeral director has given you a life to remember to help you to include some of the ideas that others have used during the funeral, which has helped them to ease into this period of adjustment. This is necessary for resolving this painful loss. At the conclusion, you will want to discuss among those present which ideas you may want to include in the calling hours and funeral service. Your funeral director will be waiting to help you to plan and carry out these ideas. You can rely on your funeral director's ability to help you with whatever you may want to do. We will now begin the presentation, narrated by Todd Hoban.
The family album provides a visual record of our lives. During happier times, it has a power. The power to not only define our family ties, but also to reconfirm them. It generates feelings of pride and nostalgia as we slowly turn the pages and see our families grow and mature. These pictures highlight important events in our lives: marriages, births, children and grandchildren, friends and families, religious events, social events, graduations and proms, places lived, vacations taken, holidays of the past, historic scenes of the community, possessions such as our first car. These fond recollections define our very being, our past, present, and future. Gathering these pictures prior to the funeral can help the entire family to lessen the initial impact of this death by sharing the impact as you provide each other mutual support. The pictures gathered by the family can be used in a variety of ways. They can be displayed on picture boards, tables, or in floral arrangements. The pictorial displays will help people attending the calling hours to recall memories and share in the beneficial healing process, which is the main purpose of the calling hours. Our favorite possessions help friends and family to focus on what makes each of us unique. This, combined with a display of pictures, provides an atmosphere which allows for the further expression of feelings. Hobbies such as hunting, golf, gardening, photography, boating, writing, and collections of everything from coins to baseball cards are appropriate. Favorite items such as automobiles, bicycles, musical instruments, woodworking tools, items made by the deceased such as clothing, crafts, quilts, photographs, sketches, paintings, sculptures, and furniture. Organizational emblems, medals and awards acquired through the military or service and religious organizations such as American Legion, Rotary, and Knights of Columbus. Newspaper clippings relevant to important events or deeds. Because of the visual portrait that you have created at the funeral home with pictures and personal items, people will be relating memories about the deceased. These memories should be recorded by providing a pad of paper, stationery, or a more permanent, bound, remembering book. Those who are selected by family members to record their memories will feel honored as valued friends. The act of writing these memories will grant these special friends the experience of pride in giving an invaluable gift, which will be cherished for generations. This activity of inviting callers at the funeral home to write their memories can be shared by all family members as they ask their friends to participate. After the funeral is over, these recorded memories will be a continual source for comforting reminders of the good times you had together. This will aid your recovery as you progress through the healing stages of loss. Today, many families have favorite home videos. It's possible to have a VCR and a monitor present at the funeral home, showing scenes from this life. The funeral home is equipped with a public address system, which can be used to play favorite music during the calling hours and funeral services. The funeral service may have many different segments. For many, this is a time for religious rites. The friends and family can participate in the religious service by selecting readings and verses of Scripture. In cooperation with their clergy, they may be invited to read during the religious tribute. Musical performance is appropriate if there are friends or family who are musicians or vocalists who may want to perform a religious selection or a song which was a favorite of the deceased. Ceremonies may be provided by service organizations such as the VFW, Masons, Knights of Columbus, or other groups that the deceased was a member of. If the deceased was active or retired from the police, fire department, or military, these organizations have appropriate tributes. Some may wish to participate as pallbearers, carrying the casket to the church and cemetery. If there are more than 8, as is common with a larger group such as a sports team or fraternal organization, they can act as an honor guard, lining up on alternate sides of the sidewalk leading from the funeral home to the church or cemetery. A eulogy is an oral recollection of the life of your loved one. It can be an informal period during the service where a microphone could be passed around the room for whoever wishes to provide a memory of this life. A eulogy or oral biography of this life can be gathered from the stories written during the calling hours or from the remembering book. There can be a main speaker delivering the biography or a number of friends and relatives providing comments. Children, regardless of their age, sense a change in the family routine when a death occurs. Authorities on grief agree that children should be included in the calling hours and funeral service. They should not be forced if they do not want to. In the case of very young children, it may be advisable to bring them before the public is present so that their questions can be answered. It is important to help children to feel included. This can be accomplished by inviting them to draw a picture or write a letter to be placed in the casket. It is very comforting to have children present, as they are the legacy of those who have lived before them. They are also a visible symbol of the future.
Now that you have viewed A Life to Remember, it is the hope of your funeral director that you are beginning to understand that the events surrounding the funeral are a very important first step in resolving this crisis in your lives. You will find assurance in the realization that even though the special person will no longer be with you, the memories will be with you forever.